Whenever I lived in South Texas, singeing, hot, melting Texas, I lived with my grandpa, whose house was literally as old as a dinosaur, on a wheelchair using a hearing aid. The paint on the hard, structured walls were fading into an aqua blue, which was starting to look antique. Then there was the attic. Oh, how I hated that attic, all creepy and eerie looking. I always subsided each time I passed its entrance, always feeling cold, dead eyes on my back and shoulders. Every time I entered it, I felt like this attic was disguised like a huge tarantula waiting to eat me. That's not even the worst part. The attic's door was above my bed. My bed! Can you believe the horror that filled me that night? Absolute terror. I heard a sound that night. Swoosh! Like something was hovering around the ceiling, flying. My mind must be playing tricks on me, I thought. Then an unwelcoming utterance of fluttering wings came. Uh-oh, I told myself. It's a bat! No! I screeched. It must have came from the attic. I flickered the lights on and saw the hideous thing, those soul-piercing eyes and uncomforting dark brown hair. I thought its sharp-bearing teeth would rip my throat out. I ran frantically up and down the kitchen, waking up my mom and brother and uncle from their slumberous sleep. My uncle had now captured that bat with his rough, dried-up hands. He was going to let it outside. As my sweet, sweet dear uncle was speed-walking in the kitchen, my mom and I were coincidentally in the next room, the living room. The bat went flying headfirst straight towards me. How could this small little creature escape through such thick, strong hands? But who had time for thinking of that? I just ran. As soon as I was outside the door and felt the bare ground with soft, moist dirt, I stopped. After panting for about 5 minutes, I froze. I started laughing my butt off. Something terrifying came out to be a big laugh. But don't get me wrong, I still hate bats with a passion. I lost my dignity that night to a bat. I still stayed in South Texas, dealing with bats most nights, in my grandpa's house, living in a singeing, hot melting Texas.